Due to the graphic nature of the subject matter and strong language used, listener discretion is advised. We were talking about the Florida State Seminole vesicles.
Yeah. And then I got beer fucking everywhere on me, man.
Beer all over.
Beer everywhere. So, okay, this is a wood booger tale. Read it.
This is a wood booger tale.
Read it and I'll tell you if it's really a wood booger. How's that sound?
Many years ago, I happened to experience a couple encounters that I can only describe as a Bigfoot-like creature.
This is so fucking... What article is it? What website are you on?
This is traditionalwitch.net.
.net. I love it. Keep reading.
One was simply a sighting of a creature on the side of the road in a heavily forested area of a national forest. One of those things where your headlights hit it and it stands there for a moment before turning and fading back into deeper shadows in the darkness of the forest. No sounds to mark the event, just some creature that sort of challenges your mind and eyes as to did I. That's what it says. As to did I. Or
also,
didn't I just see that thing? Then, for there ever after you watch extra hard in the area to see.
Thenceforth did I super pay attention real hard extra.
Those were literally the words that I just read.
That is so
Then
awesome.
for there ever after you watch extra hard in the area to see if you'll ever see it show itself again. Once again, sorry. Sometime later in the lower mountains up behind our house, that time seeing something under the full moon and hearing 3 or 4 of them in the woods about me.
Is this the same article by the same person?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, let us know when you're reading something new. I thought this was the same guy seeing some...
Oh, no, this is the same as like the... I thought you were asking if it was the same lady who got like caught up in the car.
No. Okay, so this person dramatically saw it on the road and it changed their life.
Right.
And then
they
up
found
yonder...
it up yonder over the hill behind
my house. Okay.
Sometime later in the lower mountain... I got to read it in accent. Sometime later in the lower mountains up behind our house, that time seeing something under the full moon and hearing 3 or 4 of them up in the woods about me. Me and my nephew high up on the mountainside in the open field as we listened to them. Later finding what looks like a place where they bedded down in footprints in soft ground or near the marshy area where the creek ran down from the mountains through a ravine. But it wasn't until tonight that I was reminded that we didn't always call them Bigfoot. In Virginia, but especially the southwestern section of Virginia, they're known as Wood Boogers. Seems that it's something that is unique to Virginia, as I do not know of any other area that refers to them as sitch.
How did he suddenly recalled that they're called wood boogers?
That's what he says. It wasn't until tonight that I was reminded that we didn't always call him Bigfoot. I think he was looking it up. I think he's full of shit.
It wasn't until I decided to write this down
that I decided that it was actually called a wood booger.
Okay. No, he might have just been thinking about it and like, yeah, my memo used to call it a wood booger or whatever.
Most tales that you hear revolve around them scaring kids to stay out of the woods at night and be good lest... It says, be good lest the wood boogers get you. Like lest... Like
Lest.
L-E-S-T, but it says L-E-S-S.
Lest it get you.
Lest the wood boogers get you, but they are Virginia's Bigfoot. So in Virginia, sometimes when people talk about the boogeyman, it's not traditional Halloween-type boogeyman, but a hairy man-like creature that haunts the forest and watches from the shadows.
Can I talk some shit about this person?
Go for it.
Without knowing.
I don't know. Fuck them.
They mixed Lest?
Less. So they spelled it L-E-S-S.
What's this website called again?
Traditionalwitch.net.
This sounds like something a male witch would fucking say. No offense.
No, I get it.
Yeah, Lestines, get your ass tore up.
It sounds like something a fucking idiot was. Everybody who lives in Virginia is a fucking idiot.
Ye be warned that ye done seen some shit.
Oh, fuck. These goddamn Bigfoot. Ugh. Wood booger. Yeah, there's a lot of... I found something called hostile cryptids.
Holy shit. Do you have a regular lighter I can use?
Yeah.
I'm so fucked up. Not from beer. I'm fucked up from these encounters. I can't even operate a fucking match.
Yeah, dude, they've got me dumber than dog shit right now.
These fucking idiots.
Fucking Wood Boogers.
Was that the end of his story?
That was the end of his story.
I don't even remember how it ended. What'd he say? I promise I'm paying attention.
Watch out, lest ye be haunted by the Bigfoot.
Mind yourself, lest ye be snatched up by yonder booger man.
Don't watch out for them Bigfoots. They call them Bigfoots.
Damn derp. What do you call it? The fucking... What's the West Virginia one called?
The Wood Booger.
The Wood Booger. Y'all better go inside lest the Wood Booger get you. Mm-hmm. I seen a Wood Booger having his way with my mommy. Mm-hmm. Took a sling blade to him. Most people calls it a Kaiser blade. I calls it a sling blade. Mm-hmm.
What a topical reference.
Damn, Billy Bob, have you seen a wood? Have you seen a Wood Booger? Plumb near cut his head off. Mm-hmm.
Plumb near cut it. What you got? Hey, this is the Wood Booger talking to Carl.
Set the scene good. Go on.
So the Wood Booger is out in the forest, and Carl from Sling Blade walks up on him, and the Wood Booger looks at him and says, "What you doing with that blade, Carl?"
I reckon I'm fixing to kill you with it.
It's so fucking stupid. I'm done with this. I'm done with the Wood Booger. The Wood Booger's fake. It's not real.
What'd you kill that Wood Booger for? What'd you kill that Wood Booger for?
What'd you kill him for? All right.
That's how a Wood Booger would talk. They're social.
No, the Grassman's social.
Man, they're all fucking social. They never seen a Wood Booger with little babies running around?
Not so far as my research goes.
Up. So this Wood Booger. Did he... Well, hang on. How did this witch describe it?
He didn't.
He fucking didn't describe it at all.
No, I think he's full of shit.
He's so full of fucking shit. I mean, he's the type of dude to have, like, one mint plant in a shitty little pot in his windowsill and call himself a kitchen witch.
And he bought, like, a rose quartz from the Renaissance Fair.
I've been doing energy work.
Well, you know what? That's actually an episode that I'd like to get into, because I do know some people.
Crystal people?
Well, no. Like, legitimately, like, kitchen witchery and, like, you know, folk magic and shit. I actually know some people who are, like, legit into that shit.
Okay.
So I'd like to talk to them about it.
Talk to them about it, and then talk to me about it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll be hypercritical.
Hypercritical, that's fine.
I'm not going to be, like, dismissive outright. But if they say, yeah, I held a crystal up to my titty and it made my milk come out better.
No, they're more like, you know, they're a lot more grounded, the people that I know.
Do you think a Bigfoot could do magic?
Yeah, absolutely.
If he believed in it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, dude,
that's how they get away with it.
If the Kelpies in Ireland can talk to people and convince them that they're horses and then
what's a Kelpie?
It's a horse. It's a seahorse, but like a lake horse.
A lake horse.
That'll drag you into the depths.
That's another episode.
Of any locks in Scotland.
You know what a lock is?
It's a stretch of water.
It's a long it's a lake. Yep. Lock, lake. Oh shit, I bet those are linked etymologically. So this wood ape didn't do shit. It appeared to one lady in the road who didn't do nothing, and then it appeared to some fucking guy on witchcom.net.
Traditionalwitch.net. Tradwitch.net.
Don't fucking... I knew you were going to abbreviate it. Tradwitch.net. I seen one. What did it look like? I don't know, man.
It was hairy.
It was terrifying. It changed my whole outview on life. You better look out. It get you. Fuck me. What's next? Flip the page in that notebook and tell me what the fuck is going on next. Was that the last thing of the wood?
That was, dude, I couldn't find
Wood Booger?
Dick.
Appalachia doesn't give a shit.
Appalachia
give you another one.
Appalachia really doesn't give a fuck about Bigfoot.
We got other stuff. We got an opioid epidemic. We don't give a fuck about Bigfoot right now.
Fairies too, man. Appalachian fairies are a big thing.
Are they really?
Yeah, dude, we'll get into that. We'll do an episode on the Appalachian fairies.
I wish my grandparents had cool stories about stuff like that. They did.
I'll talk. You know what?
Have any
Man, my
type
family's
stuff.
from West Virginia, so I'll talk to some people.
West Virginia?
By God, West Virginia.
Talk to him.
That's what my dad used to say when we would take trips to West Virginia. He'd say, we're going to By God, West Virginia.
The whole title like that?
Yep.
That's
He'd say,
cool.
By God, West Virginia.
Why doesn't West Virginia have any cool 8-man stories?
Because people don't give a shit.
You know
about
what?
the
Why don't I
Bigfoot.
bring one up? I'm putting all this pressure on you.
Bring one up.
Let me open a tab on my phone real quick.
Apparently, Bigfoot smells like a billy goat, too.
I've heard he smells like a billy goat, and I've heard he smells like nothing at all.
Smells like shit. It's a fucking ape walking around with shit all over its ass.
This is one that spans the... I feel like this one spans the theories between man and Bigfoot. It's in North Carolina. This is an article on bbcnews.com, by the way. 10th of August, 2017. It has a picture of what looks like a Bigfoot on it. Article reads, self-described shaman says a strange creature reportedly spotted in the hills of North Carolina last week was actually just him in an animal skin.
It was just him.
Yeah, this is, I know we're not, ooh, could that be real? This one didn't, but listen. The Bigfoot, in quotation, sighting happened last Friday, Appalachian Mountains. See, that's how I found it. You use your keywords when you Google stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a good Googler.
Weirder twist the story took with a mistaken identity claim. This man's name, he was not born with this name. I'm going to let you know. No one named their child Gawain. Gawain. Gawain probably wrote that fucking article on thewitchtimes.net.
I bet it was Gawain.
Gawain McGregor said, I bet that's not even his last name.
Gawain McGregor.
I think he Celted it up a little bit. He's probably like a Samuel Dempsey or a Roger Applegate.
It's probably just like Jack Johnson.
Bill Johnson. But he claims, no, it was me wandering through the forest on the night in question, the 4th of August. You know what? That fucks me up, man, when I think about alibis for stuff like that. Oh, I know where I was on the 5th of September. I have no idea.
Yeah, dude, I don't remember where I was.
Where were you August the 29th last year? No idea. I'm going to jail. I have no alibi.
Yeah, I was probably at work.
What day of the week was it? I was probably at work.
It's like a Tuesday or something.
I might fuck up. But the local group claims the cryptid they saw could not have been him. So he said, no, you guys saw me. I was fucking around in my shaman outfit out in the woods. And the people that saw it were like, that couldn't have been you, dude. Bigfoot 911, a Facebook group of more than 5,700 members that investigates sightings of the mythical Bigfoot. Oh, well, that's kind of dismissive. They call it mythical? Yeah, well, it's BBC. Okay. McDowell County, Western North Carolina, which is firmly in Appalachia, said photos displayed on McGregor's website look nothing like what they saw. John Bruner, who runs the group, John Bruner, he's got a normal name, said the creature, he and 8 other members so he and 8 other people were hanging out on a Friday night in a national park, and they saw a creature that weighed 8 foot.
That weighed 8 foot?
No, I'm kind of drunk. It was 8 foot tall.
Too.
It had a different facial appearance and moved, quote, moved with speed unmatched by any human. That's my favorite quote.
Incredible.
He addresses it in a Facebook post. This isn't a quote, but there's like a picture of this dude. He runs Bigfoot 911. Hey folks, my name's John and I'm going to lay this shit out, and he has this PowerPoint presentation of why it couldn't have been this dude who says it was totally him.
Go on.
I'm not reading the whole fucking thing. The creature moved with speed unmatched by any human. It's number 2. Number 1, it was 8 foot tall with stringy matted hair. The gentleman in the picture don't appear... the gentleman in the picture don't appear tall and is in a suit that appears to have short brown fur. The creature I saw had no hair on its face and had a flat nose. The picture in question, the face is covered with fur and has a snout. This dude was wearing a mask that was covered in fur and had a fucking snout on it and has eyes cut in it. Look how nightmarish that is. That's the shaman of North Carolina.
That looks like somebody took their fucking drain hair and stapled it.
Shaman Gawain had that prank from Jackass pulled on him where they glued fucking nut hair to his face.
That looks like somebody took fucking the shower drain hair and stapled to a burlap sack.
It looks like an old woman with that disease that Mexicans get that makes the hair grow out of their face.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Wolfman thing.
Yeah, the lycanthropy or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, there's a picture of... After watching a video from... we think we can say we got some confidence that proof of Bigfoot still eludes us. Yeah, no shit. That's from the police department. It's like, yeah, obviously it's not Bigfoot, you fucking... This guy... It just astounds me that this guy was dressed in fur from head to foot and went walking through a national park in Appalachia. His whole head was covered in it's not like a mask with a strap on it. It's like full helmet with eye and mouth slits cut in it, covered in fur, and he was out wandering around.
Stupid.
The article doesn't say what he was doing out there. He literally just said, I was going for a walk.
It could be.
Fuck off.
It could be a situation like we talked about earlier with the old man who was walking around with fucking wood slats stapled to his shoes.
Oh, like old boy in the first story?
Yep.
I was just glomping around.
He was just dicking around.
So if he was just cooking up Bigfoot stories, why would you do it in a state where you're probably going to get shot? I can't believe 9 of them were standing around and no one took a shot at him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's going to lead us to another ethical question I'll ask you in a minute. But he was just, yeah, I'll go to a national park dressed head to foot like Bigfoot. There's no like, oh, that's obviously a shaman. Who in North America would see something head to toe in fur and go, well, that's obviously a shaman? I'm sure that's not a Bigfoot.
That's not a Bigfoot.
I would believe in Bigfoot before I believe in a shaman.
Carrie, stop. That's not Bigfoot. That's old Rick Dickerson.
Jim, hold on. That's just a shaman. Shit. Get in the truck.
Oh, my God. Pose the ethical question. I want to know.
Oh, okay. You see Bigfoot. You're out in the woods.
So let's frame it. Frame it.
All right. You're on a camping trip.
We're out camping.
You're not hunting Bigfoot. You're on a camping
trip. We're out
trip.
at our spot.
Yeah, we're out at our little camping spot. You just had to bring some firearms for protection. Opiates. That's why we have protection with us. You see Bigfoot. Clear as day. It's like, that's not a shaman. That's not a bear with atrophy. It's a Bigfoot. He's, I don't know, 20 yards out. Bigfoot. You got a gun in your hand. It's loaded. Are you going to be that guy? Are you taking the shot?
Am I the guy? Am I the guy who's blamed for the extinction of Bigfoot?
Take the shot. You know, no, there's not just one. It's not one Bigfoot wandering the continent, dude. There's more big feet.
Are there more Bigfoot with him, or is it just one?
Just one. It's an old male. He's got gray in his face. You think, yeah, dude, I'm taking him out.
So I have to know what's his demeanor.
Shock. Deer in the headlights.
Him?
Yeah, he has a totally human face. I ain't blowing him away. And he makes his face at you.
I ain't blowing him away. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? I'd be like, hey, what are you doing? What?
You'd be shocked.
I would be.
You get over it and you think you'd talk to a Bigfoot?
I'd try.
What would you say to him? What are you doing?
What are you?
He runs away. Are you taking the shot?
No.
You're not going to... Oh, pussy. You fucking coward.
I'm not going to be the guy who blows away Bigfoot.
I would shoot Bigfoot in the head in front of his kids. I'd shoot his wife in the...
Him, his grandkids.
I'd shoot his whole family in the fucking head. And I'd be like, yeah, big feet are real. And then I'd be praised for eternity.
Or you would be blamed for destroying...
For what?
For destroying Bigfoot.
How would they know I destroyed Bigfoot? How could they possibly make that determination?
You have killed the only Bigfoot that's ever been, like, proof of Bigfoot.
I confirm Bigfoot.
You've confirmed, but you've also confirmed a kill on Bigfoot.
Confirmed the kill.
The only one that's ever been seen. Like, the only proof that ever had of Bigfoot.
Well, you don't... If you fished up one plesiosaur, they wouldn't realize that must have been the only one. They didn't get here on accident. They don't live forever. That's been a breeding population.
I wouldn't feel right about killing
I'd probably
him.
get a ticket. I'd probably have to go to court for a fucking thing.
You don't have a Bigfoot hunting license.
I don't have a hunting license, so I'd go to jail. But then I'd be like, yeah, I killed the only Bigfoot. The ODNR, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, would claim the corpses, and they would take the credit, but I would fucking be the guy that...
You go down in history.
I'm the fucking guy.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it? Mm-mm. Yeah, you're a better person than me, probably.
No, I wouldn't do it, man. I couldn't look something. Does it have like sentience in its face?
You can't tell.
But I can tell.
It has expression, but you can't. It has
if it's expressing shock.
It has the expression of like,
ooh,
like it knows it fucked up by letting you see in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't kill it.
That would be too much.
Like, if it knew, like, it was like, oh, shit.
What if it looked up at you like a deer, like with a dumb, nothing expression? Would you shoot it in the face then?
That's a little different.
It looks like a dumb animal?
Mm-hmm. I think that's the thing. If it's a dumb
animal...
Split
second, though. You got to take that shot or not. It turns around and starts walking away like a deer that accidentally walked up on you. You ever have that happen?
I think that if it started charging me, I'd blow it away.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't die for the cause of Bigfoot. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't die for Bigfoot. I bet the guy that wrote that fucking article would die for Bigfoot.
I bet he would.
The guy who was, I seen him on the road and I seen him in my backyard and it changed my whole world. I love him.
I love him.
It just... That's an in joke. No one's going to get that.
I love him.
But I love him. That guy wouldn't shoot Bigfoot either.
No, dude. I wouldn't. I wouldn't blow it. I wouldn't blow away.
What would you even tell anyone you saw him?
Yeah, I'd tell like you.
I wouldn't believe you.
I know you wouldn't.
I'm like, you saw Bigfoot face to face?
Yeah, dude.
Did you have a gun with you?
No.
You'd lie to me about not having a gun.
No,
wow.
I do have. Yeah, I would. No, I'd tell you I had a gun.
Okay.
I'd tell you I had a gun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got my pistol.
How would you answer for that when I said, why didn't you shoot him?
Because I didn't want to fucking kill Bigfoot.
I would immediately. You know who you sound like? You sound like Squatch hunters.
I didn't want to kill him.
I didn't want to take his life.
He's the only Squatch I ever did see.
But I swear I seen him. That's something a fucking Squatch hunter would say, dude.
That makes me sound like an idiot, but no, dude, I couldn't kill him.
All right, you're a better person than I am. If it had sentience, I would hesitate, but I'd still blow him the fuck away. But I'd hesitate. If he looked at me, if he said, "Please don't," I'd still kill him. But I'd feel really bad.
Please don't.
If he said it in perfect English,
please don't kill me.
In the name of God, do not kill me.
In the name of Christian Jesus, please don't kill me.
Oh, he'll forgive me.
Oh my God.
I'd tie his legs up to a piece of wood and drag him back.
No, dude, I couldn't kill Bigfoot.
Where would you take a Bigfoot if you found one dead? How's that sound then?
If you
didn't kill him,
dead,
you found a dead Bigfoot.
I would be worried that they would blame me for murder.
It doesn't have bullet wound. You didn't poison Bigfoot.
That's fair.
It died.
Where would you take something
cardiac?
like that?
It's an old Bigfoot. It had cardiac arrest.
Where would you take a Bigfoot?
I have no idea. Who are you gonna call? I wouldn't call the cops. I would not call the cops.
I don't know if I'd take it to the government.
I don't know, because they'd cover it up, dude.
They'd be like, where were you at? And then we would lose our camping spot.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Poaching, whatever, dude.
They would question me.
Would you accept the consequences of trespassing and violating ODNR regulation to be the guy who had discovered a fucking Bigfoot?
It would all depend if the people who I was trespassing on their land, if they were like, well, you were trespassing.
It's Ohio land. It's a state park.
But you also found Bigfoot.
Yeah. They would give you a pass, dude. Or they would say, oh, it's a bear. They would drag it out of your truck. They would put it in their truck and say that was a bear. And you'd say, no, that was a Bigfoot.
No.
Like, oh, yeah, did you get pictures? Give us your cell phone.
No, they'd be like, no.
It was a bear.
It was a bear. It'd be like in Indiana Jones where he's like, so who has top men?
Top man. They would say, Rory Ernstedt, whatever your address is. And you go, yeah. I'm like,
is this your mom's address?
How's your mom doing nowadays?
Oh, how's
growing up so fast?
Bleeping that out.
He was doing so fast.
Oh my God,
oh,
dude.
Man.
I'd be like,
and you would say, yes, sir. I thank you for taking that bear from me.
Thank you for taking that bear
carcass.
That's what I
would say.
From me. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, how many people do you think that's happened to? Do you think it's happened to
someone?
someone?
Happened to
I got a Squatch, and then they show up with their info like,
you didn't get a Squatch.
That was a bear, bro. That was a shaved bear. They would gaslight them. I hate that word gaslighting because it just means lying, but they would fucking gaslight them, dude.
It's manipulation.
Yeah, it would manipulate them. They would threaten them and bully them.
Yeah, dude,
That's what I would do if I worked for the government. I would just oppress people to cover up Bigfoot. That's got to be one guy. I'd love to have that.
That's got to be like 3 dudes. I think it's like a show.
Like a Pacific Northwest has 3 dudes. The plains have 1 guy.
They travel together.
We got 2 guys. They meet up.
They travel together.
They have a convention.
So like,
how'd you get them to get rid of that one?
We told him that we were going to kill his mom.
I told him it was a shaman. I told him it was a shaman.
I told him it was me.
It was me. I was dressed as a shaman. Oh fuck, dude.
Dude,
I bet Gawain is a government agent.
Gawain, that's like a...
That's a false flag.
Dude, no, dude. The Gawain is a code name.
You think it's an anagram?
Yep.
Wagon.
His name is Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan.
That's why they called him Tricky Dick.
Oh my, no, that's Richard Nixon.
I'm drunk.
That's cool, man. That's all cool. Let's talk about. So we were talking about earlier how I was getting down inside of a rabbit hole.
Oh, I never got to. Yeah, let's go into the rabbit hole together.
Are you ready for this?
Is it good?
The Bigfoot alien
How's it going to top
connection.
the shaman? Oh, fuck you, dude.
The Bigfoot alien connection.
I don't even like UFOs. UFOs are fucking stupid.
I can fuck with alien shit.
No,
I'm okay with it.
It's boring. You know why? Because aliens are infallible. You can you can deal with a Bigfoot. An alien is always like, I could do nothing. Well, there's no. It's like the first couple episodes of the next Star Trek: The Next Generation, where Gene Roddenberry was in control, and he said we can't have any interpersonal drama because in the future no one has drama, and the fucking episode sucked because there was no drama. It's like Superman. No one gives a fuck what happens to Superman because he's going to be fine. Whenever I hear a story about UFOs, I know, oh, nothing's going to come of this.
What about ghosts?
Ghosts, you can do spiritual shit to combat a ghost.
That's true.
You can't combat. Aliens are always like, I couldn't move. They did whatever they wanted, and then they did whatever they wanted with me. And now I can only tell this story. Like, I never once heard a UFO story where someone said, I broke free. I fist fought him. I got away. I resisted.
I ran through the spaceship and fought abominations that they made from alien and human DNA.
I drove away. I got out of the house. It's nothing, dude. I don't like how OP nerf aliens. Nerf the fucking aliens.
We're nerfing aliens. You've heard it here first on the Occult Outpost podcast. We're nerfing aliens.
Aliens are OP.
Aliens, we're gonna fist fight.
They're not a compelling villain. If someone out there is writing the alien narrative for the government, make them a little more compelling. Could you do that for us?
Please. You've heard it here first. Occult Outpost thinks the aliens are too OP.
And therefore that they're not narratively interesting.
Next season, nerf the aliens.
Okay, now you know what's got me fucked up?
What?
How are aliens related to the Bigfoot phenomena? Because aliens aren't big, hairy out in the woods like Bigfoot is.
Some people believe that they in fact are.
I bet Gawain believes that shit.
Some people believe that Bigfoots are not of this world. They could be from space and have cloaking fields, which allows them to blend in with their surroundings, like the fucking Predator, son.
Why do they walk around naked?
They're not. That's their suits. They're keeping warm. It's like a fur coat.
They keep warm with primitive furs.
Yeah. They catch bears and they skin them. I don't know. This is all just speculation.
Are they stranded or are they observing?
They are.
Are they on assignment?
I think they're on assignment.
I think they're on assignment.
I don't believe that Bigfoots are aliens. This is just something that some fucking idiot believes.
I'm intrigued. Don't call me an idiot yet.
Dory Vigil. His name was Dory Vigil. The documentary I watched.
His name is Dory?
The documentary is called The Bigfoot Alien Connection Revealed by Jason Media. Look it up. I did write that one down. Dory Vigil, a Bigfoot and alien investigator. I couldn't understand a fucking word he said.
Is he in the Bigfoot 911 Facebook group?
I don't know.
I mean, that's how I know they're legit. I'm just saying.
It seems like that the idea that Bigfoot is an alien comes from the fact that anytime somebody films a Bigfoot or anytime that somebody records a Bigfoot sound,
nothing ever fucking comes of it.
That it's always blurry, and they're using a field, like an electromagnetic field.
That's why I don't like aliens. They're so
OP.
Zero evidence of
they're
aliens. There's no alien fur in a lab somewhere. They're like, we don't know. It could be primates. That's what keeps hope alive for fucking. I don't like Sasquatch. Bigfoot. I don't like the word Sasquatch. It's too specific. It's Canadian stuff.
That's definitely the Pacific Northwest.
I don't like the word Bigfoot. What?
I like Bigfoot.
Bigfoot feels
wild man.
Wild men. giants, Nephilim, bro.
We'll get into that because we are close to the Serpent Mound. We'll get into that in a future episode.
Yeah, I think that God resurrected Bigfoot.
We've got so much material for episodes, man.
Ignorant shit.
The dumbest fucking thing.
The
dumbest shit you ever.
You know,
heard
I
of.
was worried earlier today about we're just going to be doing derivative shit everyone else has done. No one gives a fuck about shamans impersonating Bigfoot. They always want to talk about, isn't this compelling? Couldn't Bigfoot be real because of this? I want to talk about the that they fucking ignored because it's insane. I want to hear about people that think Bigfoot is real because he bought them groceries one time. Those are real people. Bigfoot had an agreement with my family going back generations. We traded.
Well, talk about that.
About what?
About Bigfoot
interacting with humans in an intelligent way.
Yeah, you said that you had done some research.
You know, some tribes say that the Big Feet speak their language. And it'll be such an obscure fucking language. I'm like, there's no way that they speak
Choctaw or something.
No, it was like it wasn't even a recognizable, oh, that's if you said the word to me out of context, I would have no idea what part of the planet it was from. That native, there's so many native tribes, Rory, you uneducated little bigot, that have their own languages.
All right.
There's more than just Cherokee, you fucking racist, I'm just saying. So, yeah, they say, oh yeah, they speak our language. But there's no fucking way that 15 little they live on Mount what's that one that exploded up there?
St. Helen.
St. Helen. They say they live on the peak of Mount St. Helen and they steal our salmon. But I don't know. The Native Americans thousands of years ago could hunt mammoth.
Right.
Megafauna. Would a Bigfoot not be a megafauna?
I don't think it's big enough.
It's big enough, bro. 8 feet, 9 feet. What did you say? 10 feet?
10 foot.
10 foot's a megafauna. You could hunt and kill a megafauna. What was I talking about? How do we get on this? People interacting with Bigfoot in a personal way, other than seeing it.
You know, my uncle said that he went to a.
You know what?
My uncle went to a crash up derby with the Bigfoot once.
My uncle borrowed a cigarette from a Bigfoot at a crash up derby. He was out by the fence.
He was he didn't pay for his Brown County Fair ticket.
I let him copy my stamp off from the back of my hand so he could get in and get on the rides.
I licked me hand. And
I didn't give him my ride pass.
And I stamped his hand, and he got in just fine.
I gave him my stamp so he could get in and see the derby.
People just thought he was a man who didn't shave.
I wouldn't. Brown County, I would look twice, dude. So, Bigfoot interacting with people. That fucks me up. Because you couldn't look at an intelligent creature that you could communicate with. Can you imagine a 9-foot tall hairy being speaking English at you? Hey, do you want to set something up or what?
Do you want to
You would shoot it in the fucking head.
Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
You'd kill it.
I wouldn't.
You'd kill it, dude. If you were in the position of being a native peoples interacting with this thing, there's no way you're going to set it up.
I worked with a guy once who was 6'7".
Okay. Jesus Christ, yeah. Did you really?
I worked with a guy who was 6'7". His name was he was Russian. His parents were from Russia.
That is terrifying.
He was 6'7", and I wouldn't shoot him in the head. I think he'd be invincible to it.
He's not a myth.
I think he'd
he would catch the bullet in his teeth.
No, dude, it would just bounce off his skull.
What did Herman Munster do while you were working with him?
He just worked on cars.
You're going to have to bleep his name, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
He worked on cars.
He
would be in the bay, underneath the car.
He was in the pit. Yeah, he had to bend over.
Yep. Jet's fucking ridiculous.
He had to bend over. That's why he was always pissed off.
Did he have an accent?
No, he was born in America.
6'7"?
6'7".
That's terrifying.
It's huge.
There was one younger kid that tall that worked at the Kroger near me, and I stare at him every time. I feel so bad, but I'm like, I'm 6 foot even, and I look right at the self-checkout counter. Everything okay? And I'm staring at his nipple, staring straight up. What the fuck? I look at him like, yeah, I'm fine. fucking lurch over here.
Oh, man.
You wouldn't make a bargain with a Bigfoot. You know what? The only
I'd
reason...
try.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm short, bro.
The natives wouldn't make a bargain with Bigfoot. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm 5'8", and if a 9-foot creature walked up to me...
You'd make a deal?
I'd do whatever it told me to do.
It would spoke English?
Take down your hammock.
Get the hell out of here.
Okay, sir.
I'm sorry. But if you're armed and it's surprised, you still wouldn't shoot
Dude,
it?
I don't think... I would be amazed if a 9mm bullet could take down a fucking Bigfoot.
It could. I hate when people say that shit. I mean, like a bear. Oh, well, 9mm ain't gonna do nothing but tickle a bear. No, you'll kill it. It's a flesh and blood being.
Eventually. You'll kill it eventually.
All right. I mean, think of the proportions. A 9mm to a bear, or a 22 to a human. You know, most people that are killed by firearms are killed by
22s.
22s.
Yeah,
you know why? It's still a fucking bullet. You're made of bears are made of flesh. Don't be scared of bears. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're a little bitch, you're scared of fucking bears. Don't be. Buy a cheap handgun at Cabela's, over the counter, $600, Glock 19, load it up with rip rounds with the crown on the fucking head, and don't give a shit about bears ever again. And Bigfoot. I'm scared of pissing off that Bigfoot. Are you? With a double stack fucking mag, you're scared of a Bigfoot? You could kill a mastodon. You're scared of Bigfoot? Fuck you if you're scared of Bigfoot. If you've ever told anyone I wouldn't fuck with Bigfoot because you're scared of it even with a gun, I ain't messing with no grizzly, man. All I got's my gun. It's a gun. You know why they use gigantic rifles to hunt elephants? Convenience. You could kill an elephant with a fucking... We used to kill elephants with sticks and rocks. I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, it's beautiful. I love it. So...
Yeah, Bigfoot ain't going to make a deal with anybody. These natives that are saying... Oh, we used to have peaceful relations. No, you didn't have peaceful relations with each other, dude. You're going to tell me you sat at a table and fucking worked it out with a 9-foot tall dude covered in hair? Fuck. That is ridiculous. These people that live in the middle of fucking nowhere, they're like, yeah, man, we have these... I'm talking about gringos, dude, white folk. They're like, yeah, I got a setup. My family, we had a thing set up, a Bigfoot. And I can't go into detail. I know you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. There are these people in this documentary, I swear to Christ, they have the real people doing a reenactment, and they're like, yeah, Bigfoot used to come up to our house all the time and take shit, and we would, are they giving them a pagan offering? What are they giving them? I don't even remember.
Sugar.
What are Bigfoot giving them? Hides and shit?
Maybe they're giving them protection, maybe it's like the mafia.
Why?
Because there could be...
Protection from who?
Wendigos, bro.
Fucking don't you dare make this a conversation about a different Native American legend.
It could be.
I know that Native Americans and certain subset of other people say that they have these personal connections and they'll hang out and talk to not hang out, but they'll deal with Bigfoot in this interpersonal way. And you know what? I think that comes closer to the middle ground between Bigfoot and Wild Man.
That is a wonderful segue, first of all. That was a beautiful segue. Secondly, what you were saying while we were on break is what old Ranger Chuck here was saying was that there's no way that they would have been able to peacefully...
People don't get along.
How
do they get along with Bigfoot?
You wouldn't get along with a Bigfoot.
Maybe they couldn't. I mean, you can't find them. Maybe they just had active camo on or something. I don't know. Like you said, you can't go to war with people that have active camo and they're 9.5 feet tall. But if you got a double stack Glock 19, you ain't got to worry about it. But yeah. I'm just saying. Never heard of Bigfoot getting shot. Has Bigfoot ever been shot at? No, yeah. People have said they
have
Bigfoot.
Corpses of Bigfoot in their freezers.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah, people have said that. I don't know if it's true. Mm-hmm. It's probably not true. Probably somebody just looking for fame. But yeah, people have said, I got a Bigfoot corpse in my basement. So
did you read about that?
That's something that's like common knowledge.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, you're a fucking dummy.
I'm a fucking... I haven't not heard about Bigfoots being frozen in people's garages. What excuse? What do they give for not releasing them? What's the common?
The Bigfoot's too right. It just looks like a clump of fur now. It's too rotted.
It dissolved into a handful of fur from an entire 9-foot-tall corpse in like 2 summers. Well, the power went out, so, you know.
Every now and then, you know, we have to reset the breaker, and that causes Bigfoots to rot, so I don't know what to tell you. Don't ask me any more questions. I don't want to talk about it.
Shit. I want to hear about it. Do you have an authentic, here's a Bigfoot story? Do you have a story that makes you question whether they really saw Bigfoot? Because I got one, but it's all circumstantial.
Well, let's hear it.
All right, let me get my own fae out.
So, while he's looking for his own fae, which is a phone in Pig Latin,
how astute.
Just on the topic, that one topic of Bigfoot being from space, I don't think that aliens would wear fur coats. I don't think that a Bigfoot could drive a spaceship. I don't think they could drive a fucking 2-door sedan.
I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way, about your alien Bigfoot connection.
No. That was really all I had about the alien Bigfoot.
So there's an alien Bigfoot connection. You think it's horse shit and that's the end of the conversation? Man, come on. What's the proof given? What do people say?
There's no proof.
We see them as often as aliens, and that's the correlation?
Man, that's really it.
That's disappointing.
People say, oh, well, you know what? Bigfoots are fucking...
Okay, this is more... All right, I have an article up. This is more evidence of me doing half-ass research. I just picked a state. I was like, Georgia. They probably seen to Bigfoot. I was right. Fresh Bigfoot sightings in the southeast trigger flashbacks to our own area Bigfoot report in the year 2000. So this is fucking 21 years ago. God, I'm old. 21 years ago now. You remember the year 200? We are drunk. You remember the year 2000, the millennium, Y2K, all that stuff? This is in the article.
9/11 1 year later.
September 13th, 2000 is when this article is written.
Oh, is there a connection? Who knows? Probably not.
Year and 2 days? Yeah, probably not. Bigfoots perpetuated 9/11. Bigfoots did 9/11. Can we say that?
Holy
with as much authority?
Fuck, dude. That's opening up a whole can of worms. Bigfoot did 9/11. You heard it here first.
Bigfoots can speak Algonquin. They can speak Arabic. That's all I'm going to say.
At the Occult Outpost podcast, you heard it here first. Bigfoots did 9/11. That's our official stance on 9/11.
If it comes out, I want more views than Howard Stern's live coverage of 9/11 happened.
You heard it here first.
Okay. This article says, and I quote, on September 13th, 2000, I wrote a column about a guy claiming he and a friend, a guy claiming he and a friend fled a campsite at Georgia's Rude Creek Park on the Chattahoochee. Man, it must have been hotter than a hoochie coochie out there.
Way down under on the Chattahoochee.
The Chattahoochee River. That's near Florence Marina, by the way, when a Bigfoot walked up on him. That ain't what it says. The guy, keep calling him the guy, you'll find out later.
The feller.
This asshole
the
told
chief.
He told a store clerk and a 911 dispatcher that he shot at the Bigfoot before grabbing his dog, jumping in his car with another guy.
God bless you.
Yeah, I had to sneeze.
Go ahead and start over.
Grabbed his dog, jumping into his car with another guy. The other guy. They're only called the guy and the other guy. They fled to a gas station in Fort Mitchell, Alabama, and reported it. The two men disappeared, just like the creature one said they saw. So they drove to a gas station. So
right.
We were camping. I grabbed my dog and my buddy. We saw a Bigfoot. We got the hell out of there. I'm just letting 911 know. And then they disappeared off the map. They went to the gas station, called 911, told them what's up, and then drove away. Okay, now I'm like, oh, these are just little kids or whatever. I heard the story days later, drove down to Rude Creek to look around. This is the man writing the article. I found some campers apparently had, quote, abandoned all of their gear at one site, but I saw no evidence of Bigfoot. So he came upon a campsite. Mm-hmm. All the stuff is there. We camp. What would it take for you to leave all of your camping equipment at a site and just walk away? You're on the Chattahoochee River. That's not in the middle of nowhere.
I got a lot of money.
Got a little bit of money. You got a little bit of investment. What if you're there with a buddy? You got your dog with you. You're never going to go back. You just leave your stuff, drive directly to a gas station, report it to the authorities, and then disappear. You never give your name. Bigfoot is back in the news thanks to sightings of a large hairy humanoid in North Georgia. You might think you've seen a large hairy Okay, the rest of the article is just this guy talking about. Once again, we circle back to Bigfoot researcher on Facebook posting that a 51-year-old in Georgia saw a hairy hominid 7 to 8 foot tall on the highway. I don't know. After that, the Facebook page, it's called Expedition Bigfoot. I love the names. We got Expedition Bigfoot. We got Bigfoot 911. Or is it Bigfoot 911?
That's the fucked up part. You know what? I'm going to say my official stance.
Give it to me. On Bigfoot in general?
On Bigfoot and 911 is that they did it.
Shut the fuck up.
No, dude, that's my official stance.
Bigfoot did 9/11.
Bigfoot did 9/11, and there's nothing that anybody can do to tell me otherwise.
Is George Bush a shaved squatch?
George...
He's got that broad nose.
Oh my god, dude. No,
He's
hold
got
up.
The features.
No, we need to pause real quick. So
someone's knocking on the door really hard. Hang on, we'll be right back.
So here's the here's the Occult Outpost official stance on 9/11 and Bigfoot. George W. Bush and his father George H.W. Bush,
who are Bigfoots,
are both Bigfoots.
They conspired with the Algonquin tribe.
They conspired with the American government at Bohemian Grove.
Yes.
That's where they gather.
That's where they would have planned it, of course.
That's where the Bigfoots gather.
Yeah.
Everybody in the American government is a Bigfoot.
And Moloch told them to go to...
we are going... So this is the way that we can keep even more undercover, is that we, as these people, are going to commit an atrocity and kill thousands.
It's called a false flag event, Rory, and you could argue that it falls under the aspect of the noble lie as described by Aristotle in ancient Greek times, that if a lie benefited the people, that it was okay. The noble lie. Do you think that George Bush perpetuated the noble lie when he false flagged 9/11 with Bigfoot?
I don't think he false flagged 9/11 with Bigfoot. I think
really happened?
He is a Bigfoot.
Is that making an attack?
He's a small foot because he's little.
Yeah, how tall is George Bush?
I don't know.
How tall is George W. Bush? I know who George Not Found is. He plays Minecraft. Do you respect him now?
I don't know who that is.
You don't. Oh, George Bush is 6 foot even. Surprised by that.
George W. Bush is 6 foot even?
Dude, Bill Clinton is 6'2". Do you believe that?
Well,
Joe Biden is 6 even. Joe Biden and George Bush, there's no way they're the same height.
George Bush does not look like he'd be the same height as Joe Biden.
I don't
How
believe
tall
it.
is Obama?
6'2".
We know that.
How tall are the fucking presidents, bro?
Trump is 6'4", right?
6'3". He shrunk up a little bit.
6'3".
He used to be 6'4", I think.
But like, goddamn, are they really that tall?
The shortest one I can even see on this list is Jimmy Carter at
Got me fucked up.
At 5'10". You would look up to the shortest president.
Dude, I've looked up to 90% of the population.
No, you don't. I think you're the average height in the U.S.
It's disappointing. Everybody I hear of is taller than I am, so
That's
you know
not true.
I'll go fuck myself.
Who do we know that's shorter than you? Do we got any like? Oh, that's fucking sad, man. Sorry for listening. But
love you, buddy.
yeah, love you, buddy. Thanks for buying that Monopoly set for us at Goodwill the other day.
Appreciate you buying me that picture of Jesus. I really like it. I smile at it every time I come in my room. Oh, fuck, Charles.
So he's too short to be a Squatch. He's 6 even. They must have sawed his legs off mid-shin and stapled his legs on. That's the only explanation I got.
Or he could just be a little Bigfoot.
I think that the interdimensional child molesters made him a fake ankle.
A little foot.
He's a little foot.
All right.
That's disappointing. You wouldn't shoot at Bigfoot?
I wouldn't.
I'm still fucking hung up on that dude. I would be so butthurt if you said emphatically I saw Bigfoot and I did not shoot him. I'd be really mad at you.
Like genuinely really mad at me?
Yes, I could have rode your success to middle classdom. You could have done some shit to bring in some revenue to bring me out of abject poverty. Because you got morality or something.
Oh, well.
Do you think Bigfoot would shoot you in the head if you had to prove that you were real?
I don't think he would.
Yeah, he would.
I don't think he would. I'm too cute. I'm too cute to be shot in the head.
The propaganda surrounding this peaceful Bigfoot are sickening.
Rory Ernst is too cute to be shot in the head.
He would beat you he would rip your arms out.
Too cute.
He would Joe Rogan ape your arms out of your
I'm going to die. So the way that I'm going to die is in an accident. Because
You'll
cannot
accidentally walk up on a Bigfoot, you fucking idiot. And he'll rip your balls off your body.
I cannot be murdered.
Why not?
Because I'm too cute.
I've thought about it 4 times today.
But you've never done it.
Oh, fuck.
That's the fucking thing. You've never done it. Occult Outpost, official position. Roy Ernst is too cute to be murdered.
That is fucking fruity, man. For real.
I'm just saying. It's too cute.
Can we get back to Bigfoot?
Yeah, let's get back to Bigfoot.
In Appalachia? Do you have any more articles? I got one more, but I think it's shitty.
Give me the one more, and then we're going to go ahead and switch topics. We're still going to be talking about...
Yeah.
We're not going to be talking about Bigfoot specifically, but what I'd like to get into for the rest of this podcast is Bigfoot hunters.
I want to talk more about Bigfoot hunters.
I want to talk about Bigfoot hunters. That's what I'm excited about.
You're going to have to change the title of this podcast a little bit because we talk mad shit.
We're talking heavy fucking shit on Bigfoot hunters because every single Bigfoot hunter is a fucking idiot. Just like everybody who lives in Ohio and everybody who lives in Virginia. Big fucking idiots.
Yeah, but anyways, Bigfoot hunters.
Oh my fucking God.
You want to dip a ladle into that crock of shit?
So...
Rory, the native Ohioan he is lighting a cigarette with a barbecue lighter.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, I know you do.
Bigfoot hunters.
Yeah. Professional Bigfoot hunters. I'm not talking about like your cousin that does it. Your cousin's in Bigfoot 911 Facebook page. I'm talking about the people that sign contracts with the
A&E.
History Network.
Yeah.
Or what's that network that signs up insane, horrible shit like that?
It's History Channel.
No, the History Channel steals them from this other channel. You know what I'm talking about?
A&E?
It might be A&E. What's A&E stand for?
Adult Entertainment. I don't know.
Adult Entertainment.
I have no idea. Bigfoot hunters.
Yeah, they're a special... You'll notice if you start watching Bigfoot hunter shit that they fit into a few little archetypes. You want to talk about one?
Dumbasses.
No, let's talk about the classic Bigfoot hunter. He's in his late 50s.
I'd say late 40s to early 50s.
Late 40s, early 50s.
The classic Bigfoot hunter is in his late 40s to early 50s.
Big dirty beard.
Overweight by at least 100 pounds.
By at least 100 pounds.
Unshaven.
Wears the same clothes every day.
Usually a stained pair of overalls.
He'll wear a handmade article of clothing every day as like it's usually a hat. They usually have a hat that someone made them probably, or an odd kind of, oh, I got this weird leather vest my cousin made me. They'll wear shit like that. Or shoes.
They've always got a Native American influence.
Yes.
They're the whitest dudes you'll ever see.
They're whiter than bloomin' daylight.
But they always have a Native American influence. Their names are usually like Frank.
I'm not fucking around, dude. I made the F shape with my mouth. I'm like, Frank.
They're usually Franks. They're usually, I'd say...
Franks. Boring shit. It's usually like Jonathan.
George.
Or they'll have a ridiculous bullshit made-up name.
Like...
it's usually Native American inspired.
Gawain Milford.
Gawain
face.
McGregor.
Yeah, Gawain McGregor.
And they're
We know who you are, Gawain. We've got beef with Gawain McGregor.
Gawain
the
McGregor
shaman.
was a psyop shaman sent by the same people that
by
invented
George
D.B. Cooper.
George W. Bigfoot Bush.
The B. I almost said the B stands for Bigfoot. There's no B in his fucking...
Bush. It stands for
George
Bigfoot.
W. Double Bigfoot. George Double Bigfoot Bush.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. No. So Bigfoot hunters are the stupidest people. They're stupider than Ohioans and they're stupider than Virginians.
Because they could come from any walk of life, any state.
Any state.
If you got a weird older relative, he probably hunts Bigfoot on the History Channel.
Yep.
They never have kids. They never, not one fucking time, these people have
they
children.
might have a spouse, but
Are they
she's
married?
like, but
this
she's
is
like
my girlfriend, and
but-
they'll be in their 50s.
So it's usually a lady with like waist length hair and a denim skirt.
Yes.
With,
oh
like,
my god, yeah.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're
and
talking
glasses. And they always have like weird glasses.
about. They don't.
And first of all, nothing to the ladies out there who have shoulder length hair or waist length hair or wear denim.
skirts.
But
It's
if
cute.
you wear it as a combination,
For 3+ decades
you're
in
a
a
horse
row.
girl. You're either a horse girl
No.
or you're a Bigfoot hunter's girlfriend.
Or you're like one of those ladies that's way too involved in the church. Know what I'm
Or a
talking
lady
about?
who's way too involved in the
You
church.
see her every time you're at church.
She's not like it's like a she's like on the board. She's on the church board.
You can tell her parents fucked her up somehow. Yeah. That's the kind of person that
Her dad used to beat the shit out of her.
That's the kind of person that dates a Bigfoot hunter, a pro Bigfoot hunter who wears, and they always got a necklace with shark shit on it, beads, fake ass Wolverine fangs.
They always have long hair too.
They got long,
not always,
hair.
but like they have skullets.
Unless they're balding. They got
Some of them have skullets.
they got skullets, and they're either greasy, or they're drier than a tumbleweed.
Yep.
These people don't bathe every day. There's no fucking way.
The problem that I have with Bigfoot hunters,
Pro stereotypical History Channel Bigfoot hunters, don't add us.
no, add us because we want beef. I'm out looking for beef right now.
You want some of that?
I want pro Bigfoot hunter beef.
All right, well, call us Wendy's, motherfucker. Where's the beef? Bring it.
They've got the meat, bro.
You got
That's
the
Arby's.
beef?
Sponsor us, Arby's.
Where's the beef? That is Arby's. God damn it, we are still drunk. All right, well, yeah, man, fuck Bigfoot. No, well, don't fuck it. They're doing us a service because they're out here in the woods fucking around when we do.
The only service that they're doing us is giving us fodder to make fun of them with.
Bigfoot, professional Bigfoot hunters on TV networks are flat earthers that got into astrology. They just feel like, fuck, man, they're so weird.
Fuck Bigfoot hunters.
What's the type of behavior that they display while they're hunting
Okay,
Bigfoot?
so
How do they hunt big feet?
Okay, so this was where my research, even further off the rails than Bigfoot being from space, is
Even farther off.
is the methods that Bigfoot hunters use to hunt Bigfoot, because every single one of them is exactly the same.
That none of them, they all have the same method that never changes, and they never find a fucking Bigfoot.
They take a stick and they beat it against a tree 3 times. Oh woo!
They make that.
Oh woo!
Oh!
Oh woo!
Yeah, they do a rebel yell into the woods.
They cried more.
God damn it, Rory.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even mean, I meant like a historical rebel yell.
Yeah.
They do that.
Bigfoot hunter, so what they do is they'll always go out with they'll go out with a crew. Somehow they afforded a $10,000 camera. They go out.
They waste
it. They'll go out with their obese fucking friends.
They're the goofiest fucking gaggle of people. They're always there's always like a younger one that dresses just like them, you know? You can tell he's
not
in
there.
training.
He hasn't evolved yet.
Yeah. You can tell. He's got a shorter beard. He's got glasses that look kind of modern.
Sometimes skinny.
Sometimes thinner.
And then that gut'll fly out.
Camo jacket because he doesn't have a handmade leather.
Well, Frank, we're out here in the woods. We're in my backyard, and I think that
my backyard.
I think that I got a Bigfoot walling around in my backyard because I heard him slapping trees late at night, and he said, "Whoa!"
They knock, and they holler. How come I've never? Have you ever heard the audio of when they're like, "Look, hear that? He's hollering back." I don't hear anything. It's like Ghost Adventures.
Yep, it's like fucking Zach Bagans. I love you.
I like Zach Bagans.
I love you, Zach Bagans.
He is an entertainer.
Zach Bagans is a gem.
I fucking love that. Don't talk. I don't want beef with Zach Bagans.
I'm not gonna talk, dude.
He's on the Travel Channel, and he would choke you the fuck out, dude.
He wears tap out shirts, bro.
he wears tap out shirts that fit him.
Yeah, dude. He wears so. If you've ever seen Zach Bagans, he always wears really tight shirts with really big pants.
He's from Ghost Adventures.
He's like
he wears trip pants with chains on him.
He's like a goth kid from 2005, bro.
Except jacked as
so
shit.
Zach Bagans, we love the shit out of you. Never change.
Never change. You know, Zach Bagans went to hunt a Bigfoot. He'd
find
one. He'd shoot that Bigfoot.
Say, hey, Bigfoot, you fucking asshole.
They always...
Why don't you come here, you fuck face?
Yeah,
that's
Bigfoot
what
hunters...
the Bigfoot hunters are going about it wrong by not calling the Bigfoot an asshole.
They're trying to peacefully make contact when they should be antagonizing into conflict.
Hey, Bigfoot!
Fuck you, Bigfoot.
Fuck you, Bigfoot.
I heard that you killed yourself.
I heard that you're a bitch, Bigfoot. Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Bagans would rustle up some Bigfoot footage.
I think Zach Bagans got into the wrong paranormal.
He had the wrong idea.
He's obsessed with ghosts when he should be obsessed with Bigfoot.
If they found Bigfoot in an abandoned hotel, Zach Bagans would talk mad shit and make a great episode.
Hey, fuckface.
Yeah.
Why don't you come down this hallway?
And then if nothing happened, I'd still have a good time.
You'd see Bigfoot running down the hallway.
We're not as scared of you. I love when he says shit like that. You can tell when his tone of voice changes. Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you.
And we're here and we're not leaving. I love when they talk mad shit. But yeah, none of the dudes that hunt Bigfoot got balls that big.
If the balls are tiny where Bigfoot hunters are concerned.
Yeah, dude. And some of you are going to be furious.
I don't give a fuck.
I hunt Bigfoot, and
my granddad is a Bigfoot hunter.
You'd be scared of Bigfoot?
Your granddad's got a fucking micro dick. I doubt he's even your real granddad. He's probably like your step granddad.
Rory's getting too personal.
I'm sorry.
That's way too personal.
I'm sorry.
He is micro penis, like you said. Just because he hunts Bigfoot, that's a hobby. We could get into that. What if we got into hunting Bigfoot?
No.
We're on the verge. We just talking about it for an hour plus.
I'd rather talk about dumbass shit than go out and do dumbass shit.
Bigfoot hunters. Would you be Would you be cordial with one? Would you go on a Bigfoot hunt if you got invited?
I would go on a Bigfoot hunt.
One of these weirdos gets a hold of you. You get a message from the Bigfoot 911 Facebook page.
Well, if you don't believe, why don't you come on out? Why don't you
come on out and experience it? Would you go? I would.
100%.
And then what would happen?
I would
when the
talk
knocking
shit
starts?
behind their backs.
What if you heard the whooping and the hollering?
You won't. You would not.
What if you did? It's called a hypothetical, Rory. Answer me. You hear it.
I'd say.
What if you smelled them? You smelled the stink ape.
I smelled a fucking goat.
Dude.
A billy goat.
You smell? Would you approach? It's coming from over there. You hear the knocking? Are you going down there? I saw, by the way, people at home, I saw Rory gulp real big in his fucking throat when I asked him that. He went, gulp? Jeez, I don't know.
Man.
There's a Sasquatch. Would you do it? Would you approach?
I would.
Are you that confident where you're like, that's probably a fucking
No,
Bigfoot?
I'm a coward.
I wouldn't either.
I
wouldn't even go with him.
Bigfoot would rip your arms right off your fucking body.
I'm not going out in the woods in the middle of the night. It's scary.
Bigfoot would rip your arms right off your fucking body.
So as small as the dicks of Bigfoot hunters are, mine has to be inside of me.
Yeah, dude. They got. Well, I mean, I've got their dicks are smaller, but they got bigger balls.
They got
for sure.
They got gorilla dick to ball
ratio.
But
I don't know. But you know what, man? I don't think that they're going off into some random.
It's always a half hour from the parking lot.
It's always.
Have you noticed that?
Yep. It's never like 4 hours. It's never 4 hours deep.
No.
It's always like, oh, we're going to walk for it. They can't walk farther than 20 minutes.
I watched one that was like a 3-part, hour apiece
Fuck
documentary
Bigfoot hunters
series on the History Channel, of course, but it was about Bigfoot hunters, and they got all this equipment and all these people, and it looked serious as shit. I was excited. I thought, I was a teenager. I was a young teenager. I was like 14, and I genuinely thought, from the advertising that was done so well, we found Bigfoot. I'm about to see it. I thought we had done it. That's how full that was. And when I watched it, they were at a fucking cabin, like a nice, those cabins you can rent out for vacations.
Go to Hocking Hills.
They have the giant patios.
You pay fucking $30 a night. And you get a.
No, it was a big one. It was a big, nice one. So it wasn't
$150
in the middle of nowhere. They don't have a
hotel.
Yeah, they don't have a $150,000 modern cabin on stilts in the middle of nowhere. And the next morning when they said, "Okay, time to go check our trail cams," because that's pretty much all they do. They set up trail cams.
Why have they never found anything on this trail cams?
They went to check the trail cams. There's nothing on them. Spoiler alert.
Not around here.
It took an hour and a half to go through the trail cam footage. But when that dude walked off the patio, he's like, okay, let's go check the trail cam. And when he's pulling it off of the tree, you can see the cabin behind him.
So he's like 40 feet away from this cabin.
Hey, Travel Channel, do you want to pay for me to take a vacation at fucking Gatlinburg so I can pretend to do something for a half hour a day? And he walked down the stairs, took 15 steps, pulled it off the tree. I'm like, why would a Bigfoot walk 20 feet from your cabin and just hang out in front of a trail cam? Why don't they go to I don't know. It's like the Pacific Northwest, how there are those spots where you got to walk days in one direction to get to a spot.
Right. Go into the fucking the Pacific Northwest coast, because I've looked at shit, like, I've never been, but I've looked that shit up on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Because I got a bad habit of fucking going on Google Maps and just like looking.
I look at the thickest, greenest part and I zoom in. I want to see what's in the middle.
You can get lost like 5 hours deep in there.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
They don't go that far.
Take a fucking trip.
And when they do stay the night, they're still a half hour from the road. They just walk for half an hour.
You can hear the cars.
Let's camp here.
In the
Yeah.
distance.
You ever see an episode of that where they have to? What's that? Oh wait, that's a truck from the highway. I've seen that shit. I gotta say, sorry, hang on, that's our audio picking up a truck. A truck on the highway. I'm just saying that if Bigfoot's real, none of these pussies on the History Channel are going to find him. So, you know who I do believe? The guy who told Teddy Roosevelt that he saw one break his friend's neck in a cabin in the middle of nowhere in Idaho in 1832. That guy saw a fucking Bigfoot.
And he
was blind in one eye, and he didn't tell a soul until the president asked him about it.
Yeah.
That guy told me, yeah, I've seen a Bigfoot. And he was scared when he was telling it. This fucking old mountain man that did real shit. He's not drawing a disability check. That guy saw Bigfoot. He didn't get on TV. My point is, Appalachia is not the best place to go.
We have decided.
You want to see Bigfoot? Don't
Appalachia is not a great place to find.
The
Bigfoot.
Kentucky Bigfoot story I had, if anyone gave a shit about that, was these people. It was like 2019 or 2018. Shots were fired at the Mammoth Cave National Park, and people were like, "There's a Bigfoot," and it came up to our fucking camper, and I shot at it and scared it off. That was it. That was like the most prolific. If anyone out there has done actual research or has seen some real shit,
email us at occultoutpost.com
in Appalachia.
Tell us your story.
Because the most fleshed out shit I've heard is from 4chan, which you can't trust.
Nope.
You can't trust shit from message boards.
Nope.
But it was more...
Can't trust shit from Reddit?
No, I don't trust any of that shit. I don't trust shit from anywhere, but, make it sound good. If you make it to the news...
Bigfoot hunters are becoming more mythical than Bigfoot himself.
I'm more interested in them. Do you have a favorite Bigfoot hunter?
I don't know. I don't care for them.
My favorite Bigfoot hunter is not a Bigfoot hunter. He's a person who I respect who happens to believe in Bigfoot. And his name is Les Stroud. Les Stroud. Do you recognize the name?
The Wild Man, right?
Survivor Man.
That's what it is. Les Stroud.
And he had a bit of a heated... I don't think they either aired it or they didn't air it and they cut it short. I can't remember, but he was on Joe Rogan. Les Stroud was on Joe Rogan. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I haven't heard that, because I get into... Who doesn't fucking get into JRE when you're listening to podcasts, right?
Right.
So he has cool guests. And
there are a lot of great
ones.
Guests.
I'm like, Les Stroud, the Survivor, man. I want to
hear
Paul
some Stamets,
cool shit.
man. I love Paul Stamets' episodes.
He does amazing
Rob
stuff.
Zombie did a phenomenal episode. Dude, that's probably my favorite episode.
I want to watch the Quentin Tarantino one, but I don't have Spotify.
I haven't seen it either. So.
Oh, I bet it's good. He talks mad shit to his face. But, yeah, he had Les Stroud on, and I remember they started talking about Bigfoot, and Joe Rogan, of all people, told him it was bullshit, and he didn't believe in Bigfoot, and was very dismissive, I felt. He took a little bit of an attitude with my boy Les Stroud. And Les Stroud's like, if you're going to talk shit about me after you ask me about Bigfoot, I'm just going to leave, and he did. He's like, fuck this, and he left. Les Stroud, he spent a week in the Alaskan wilderness in the middle of winter, but he couldn't put up with Joe Rogan for a half hour. What happened?
Joe Rogan is basically a Bigfoot man.
If Joe Rogan's in a bad mood, he's going to fuck it up somehow. I don't
Joe
know.
Rogan is a shaved chimp, and you can
He is.
take that to the back. Kick me, Joe Rogan.
He's got the... Don't. Please don't kick Rory.
I'm taunting you, Joe
I don't
Rogan.
want him to explode like a bag of blood. Dude, Joe Rogan has... I can't believe that he has the most powerful
Yep.
like kick ever, or what?
It's I think it's Guinness Book of World Records. He has the strongest roundhouse.
How? Man? It just has to be the like a perfect
The Italian
ratio.
muscle. It's the pure Italian muscle.
Italian muscle?
It's the
The
pure
Italians known
he's-
for their powerful kicking. What the fuck, dude?
That's how they gain up on you.
How does he get that much momentum with those? I'm not going to call him little because he could beat the tits off.
No, he's
me.
little.
I'm like 5 inches
He's
taller
5'5".
Oh, Jesus.
I'm 3 inches taller than him.
That's ridiculous. You ever seen him like when they used to take
I'm a short feller, bro.
They used to take the little... No, you're average height. That's not short. That's not short.
Short kings.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Get your girlfriend to come in the room and lift you up so you can hit like for us on the...
Oh, fuck, man. Well...
I want to talk more shit about Bigfoot hunters sometime.
Yeah.
I want to do more research on them than I do Bigfoot.
That's
Bigfoot in Appalachia is horse shit. No one around here cares. We got other stuff to worry about.
So we're nearing the end.
Yeah, people do care, but I don't...
We've pretty much stretched... Now, let's be honest. We've pretty much stretched out what we can talk about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot in Appalachia.
And Appalachia.
There's more interesting Bigfoot stuff to talk about.
Of course, man. And we'll get to that. I promise.
You wanted to be specific
we will do,
in this episode.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do our research on Bigfoot in general rather than Bigfoot in Appalachia. But... as we've talked about, what we like to do here at the Occult Outpost is we like to say whether or not that we believe in it.
Oh, is that one of our themes?
That's going to be the theme. So
mostly the theme is picking a topic and using it as an excuse to talk shit.
So, Ranger Charles.
Yeah, Ranger Rory, what's up?
Your opinion. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
An Appalachian Bigfoot?
An Appalachian Bigfoot.
Define him. Define an Appalachian Bigfoot.
9 foot.
No. Fucking no.
8 foot.
No. Maybe like a 6 foot drunk homeless guy
Yeah.
that let himself go.
So
I believe in wild men. We didn't get into that. We'll get into that sometime. Wild men will be its own thing.
that's got to be its own thing.
That's got like Germanic. By the way, when Teddy Roosevelt heard the account of Bigfoot from this guy, he believed that the man was exaggerating due to the folkishness of his German ancestry. That's how he didn't dismiss him. This guy's crazy. He didn't see a Bigfoot. He's like, this guy's crazy. He obviously saw a wild man because he's German. I miss subtle inter-European racial insults like that.
The Germans, they are
That's
stupid ape men.
Obviously, he saw a wild man. This crowd doesn't know what he's talking about. This fucking Hun, he doesn't know what he's doing.
So, Charles,
Yeah.
official opinion, do you believe in the Appalachian Bigfoot?
No. But the most believable stories I've heard about Appalachian Bigfoot end with people in tree stands throwing beer cans at him until he leaves.
Yeah. That would also be my opinion as well. I do not believe in the Appalachian Bigfoot.
What I do believe is how much I love hearing stories about people who have seen Appalachian Bigfoot.
So, just one more thing. You really think that a fucking 10-foot ape man is going to be feeding himself on what? What natural resources in Appalachia? Fucking pawpaws?
For 3 weeks out of the year, or however long they're raped for.
You know what? I do not believe in Occult Outpost official ranking.
But it's not because I don't think he can feed himself. Because wild men can feed themselves, bro. Anything they're omnivores. They got to be omnivores if they exist.
I don't believe in the Appalachian Bigfoot.
I thought you were going to say I don't believe in omnivores.
I don't believe you can only eat meat or you can only eat vegetables.
Don't be a pussy. Don't be a fucking centrist and tell me I can eat both.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, the Outpost ranks a 0 out of 10 for Appalachian Bigfoot.
Fuck Appalachian Bigfoot. Fuck Bigfoot hunters. Fuck Joe Rogan.
It's being fucking dismissive as shit. You're being cruel. You're being cruel.
But yeah.
We're not clout chasers.
No. We don't give a shit.
No.
We don't give a shit.
I love watching Joe Rogan podcasts.
I love watching his guests. I think he's a fucking turd.
Before we talk about the next like Bigfoot general podcast, we got to watch him piss off
Les Stroud. I agree.
Because I've never seen him mad before.
But yeah, we appreciate the time that you guys have spent with us. I know this is a longer episode.
Long format.
For our first one.
Might be 2 parts.
Maybe a 2-parter.
If you split it into 2 parts, then let's do a little, hey, welcome to part 2.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
We're thinking our next episode, if our listeners don't have any ideas, again, occultoutpost@gmail.com. If you'd like to share your paranormal or metaphysical or spiritual, preternatural stories.
Supernatural.
Supranatural. That's a whole nother level above super.
Isn't?
Supranatural.
I thought that was a car.
If you'd like to share your stories with us, occultoutpost@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your stories.
If you got a story or you want to talk shit, come talk some. We love talking shit.
Yeah, don't talk shit about us.
No. They can talk shit about us.
No, I'm sensitive, bro.
Dude, we just talk shit about like 30 people.
I can dish it, but I can't take it.
Yeah. Tag it shit talk and I will read it.
Okay, I'll allow Ranger Charles to read it on air.
I love reading shit talk. And be mean as fuck.
Don't be mean, please.
No, because it'll be cool to talk about people being fucking mean.
I'm very sensitive.
Oh my god, they don't even know what we look like.
I know, dude.
What could they possibly say?
I'm still sensitive.
You said "oh" too many times. Who gives a fuck?
Well, that's gonna be something I think about from now.
I don't like Ranger Charles's cadence or his vocal fry.
Anyway, we appreciate you listening.
Yeah. No, it is fucking cool. Keep listening. It's a good time.
Next episode's probably going to be about the Hopkinsville Goblins.
You want to do that one again?
I think Hopkinsville. How do you say that?
Please cut all that out.
Hopkinsville's Goblin.
We're going to do the Hopkinsville Goblin.
That's the one we're doing.
Yeah. And
that's a wild fucking story.
It's going to be a lot of shit talk, too.
That's going to be
a lot of it's going to be quotated. We're not even going to have to make any of the shit talk up. We're going to have to tag a bunch of shit onto that, because the Hopkinsville Goblin, I feel like we could be done talking about that in half an hour.
No, dude. But I think we have enough fury in our tank to talk shit about that shit.
I don't have I have love for it. Why would I have fury?
No, I love it, but I also fucking hate it.
Don't look up the Hopkinsville Goblin.
Don't look it up. We've got an episode.
Anticipate the episode.
Because it's fucked.
It's fucking stupid.
It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. But we appreciate you listening. Again, occultoutpost@gmail.com. This has been the Occult Outpost. This is Ranger Roo signing off. Ranger Rory signing off.
Turn it off. Good night.
I love you. I hope you have a great night.
Good night.
Goodbye.